Hi, my name is Nicholas Bazos, and this is my TBD Graybox for Chivalry Medieval Warfare. So, as with my layout drawing, my goal for this level and creating this level is that I want to create an environment hazard-filled King of the Hill map. By that I mean easily able to, when you can fight on the bridges, fight on the platforms, fight on the centerpiece, and there's all environmental hazards all around that can affect that fight. So getting kicked off the bridge, getting kicked into spikes, it can all, the environment directly has effect in the combat, and you can never feel too safe when fighting. So one of the main design decisions I made in this gray box was deciding how I wanted this level, how I wanted the foundation of a level to be established. So I could have either put it in sort of an open space, or I could have closed it like I did, how I ended up doing. And I chose to do it in this enclosed space with the walls on all sides because I feel like it adds a little bit more context to the map. It doesn't make it seem too free floaty or unfinished. Easier to see the waterfalls, which that is one thing I'm looking to fix in the future, is I'm not sure why they appear very hard to see. But the water appears pretty fine, so that's pretty good. But I also chose to go with these wooden bridges that are sideless because there was a lot of different bridges to choose from in the static meshes available in Chivalry, and I chose to use the no because, like I said, I wanted to create that opportunity for players to kick each other off or fight each other or push each other very into a last sort of defense. Yeah. I chose to go with a center pillar. A center cylinder opposed to, for example, like a square pillar, because I wanted to emphasize this is the center point of the map, and that this is where the objective will be for the King of the Hill. I also I chose to put these spikes and these walls in this sort of alignment so that when the player is coming up from a bridge, and say players are fighting here or they're coming up from this, they're not going to be exactly able to see each other going from that area. They'll be able to see each other from these bridges or like from the adjacent bridges, but they won't be able to see each other if they're already in the center. And I chose to go with that sort of design decision because I don't want players. I did want players to have to interact with these bridges and fight on these bridges, but I didn't necessarily want them to be camped on the bridges so they couldn't get to the center objective. So this sort of vision blocking provides a sort of a little bit of a safeguard for the player to be able to contest the objective, if you will. I also, with these waterfalls that are unfortunately a little hard to see, I added the splash particle emitters, and I also added the waterfall mist, and that's what you see going up here and filling the area. And I chose to put this much mist because I wanted it to be more immersive, and sometimes it does make it hard to see when you're in the game, and we'll head in the game in just a moment here. But yeah, I chose to make the mist almost a little over the top because I thought it'd be very interesting for a King of the Hill game mode where players are fighting for themselves, and it could potentially be hard to see things, and it's not a completely clear map. Let's just hop in here and see how it is. Forewarning, it might be a little bit loud because I also added the sound effects for the waterfalls. So it's just the game starting up. And yeah, so like you can see, water down all the way there. We can't jump off these platforms at all because we'll easily die, just like this. So yeah, it's not very hazard filled, easy to get kicked off. We'll spawn again. And if we go forward, you can see that you can't see who's in there or who's fighting. You can only see the adjacent. You can't even see the other bridge ahead. So if we go look from this side, if you're fighting in here, you're not going to be able to really see the people coming. And that's what I was talking about, that design of making it so that players have a chance to contest the objective. Let's head out. So just in case the waterfall sounds was too loud, in that when we walked around down there, you could see how much those walls do block the players coming from the bridge and from their spawns. Going to the future, I'm looking to add a little bit more complexity to these spawn platforms, perhaps another second level for the level at large, like a second floor. That perhaps could have a hole in the middle have a hole in the middle that looks down into the objective, so potential for dropping onto it. But yeah, I'm this area. I always wanted this space to be purposefully simple, just because I did want to focus it as the main place for fighting, because that is where the objective will be. But enjoyed this video on my Graybox for Chivalry Medieval Warfare King of the Hill map. The waterfall theme King of the Hill map. Oh, not sure what happened there. I think I just moved the camera in a weird way, or I went under. But yep, thank you, and have a great day.